minute, don't know. Got a minute of your time. Got a minute of your. Hush up, gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. Part of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye.
It's on the chat.
I have to. Hi, welcome to our podcast from Vision to Success. Today we have a bit of a time change, as you can see.
Yes, 3 times. We had to change the times 3 times.
Yes, our normal time is 10. Then we changed it to 2. I mean, not to 12.
Yeah, so 12.
And then it was 5.
And then it was 6.
But we made it. We are here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're excited for today's episode.
So it's a lot of drama happening in our own personal life, huh?
Always. That's the way to live. If you're living drama-free, then you're not living.
Then you're living in a cave.
Yeah, seriously, because just with human nature, like drama happens and that's okay.
Yeah, no, I know. And it's funny because, so we were just talking before the show started about like the crap that's happening in our own life. And it's very easy to just jump into like screw you, who cares, forget you attitude, and it's not healthy.
No, absolutely not. Because that's the human side of us, right? The human side of us wants to take offense about anything that may make us feel uncomfortable, and it wants to be like Miguel said, the F you attitude. We don't swear, Miguel.
We don't swear. I didn't swear. And I said screw, first of all. I said screw you. So if you rewind the tape, I did say screw.
I'm just kidding,
That's
right?
not better anyways, but still.
Yeah, but in all honesty, we were just talking about it and we're like, we can always do better, right? It's all about perception. It's about what we do as human beings to ensure that we're treating those that are around us with love and understanding.
But it's hard. Like, it is hard. I'm telling you, today I was at the sauna. And so something's happening in my life right now. I'm not going to go into detail as to where and who and what and all this other stuff. But I did. I got into this attitude of, like, forget this person. Like, they don't want me in their life. Like,
I don't want them in my life.
Then I don't want them in my life and whatever. But
usually that comes from feeling hurt, though, if we ever feel that way.
Yeah, I was very hurt. Words were said to me, and I was extremely hurt. I was borderline crying in my room, to tell you the truth. And this one, like, it really, really hurt a lot. But anyways, and so I went to bed. I tried to go to bed. Like, I popped in so much melatonin. I'm telling you, the whole bottle. Like, I was knocked out. I just needed to sleep. And in the morning, I was like, whatever. I had a workshop in the morning, which one of the reasons for the change. And then I went to the sauna, and I was hurt all day. And then it wasn't until, funny enough, I asked the question, or the question popped in my head, what would Christ do? WWG. No, WWJ.
G.
God, I was thinking God. WWJ, what would Jesus do? And
you missed the D. WWJD.
What would Jesus
do? WWJD.
What would Jesus do? WWJD.
Yeah.
Yeah, WWJD. Whatever. WWJD. What would Jesus do? And the minute I asked that question, like, it started, all of these things started flooding in. And funny enough, the biggest thing, and this is the interesting thing, is the atonement. I had a picture of the atonement.
Okay.
And I, for the viewers out there, you may or may not believe in Christ. You might not believe in anything. You might believe in any like, you know, whoever it is, which respectfully, that's cool. For us and our, like, in faith, we are Christians. And so we do believe in the atonement. We do believe in the sacrifice of Christ. And so that whole thing that he's on the cross and, like, forgive them for they know not what they do. And here are people, like, spitting at him, throwing rocks at him and stuff like that. And I'm like, if he can forgive, like, in spite of everything that's happening in his life, I mean, I can I can forgive as well. So the minute I started practicing forgiveness, all of these answers started coming to my mind. And so
That's what it says. Like, I love reading quotes that talks about forgiveness is not always about the other person, but it's about you.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you release all that negative emotion, all that anger, and you give yourself the opportunity to have better thoughts, right? Or
Yeah.
have better inspiration.
yeah, I actually know a family. There is quarrel between parent and child.
My
And
family. No, I'm just kidding.
so it's
You're
the
not supposed
bunts.
to.
So it's the bunts, and like these people, I'm telling you right now. Oh my gosh! But he is very hurt, and he has threatened the parent to take her to court, take the house, take all of these different. Like it's actually it's bad. Like the police are involved. It's
Oh,
just
wow.
it's ridiculous. It's like really bad situation, and I feel for the kid, and I feel for the parents as well. But I was talking to the child. I was talking to this young man, and he was like, and we were just angry, right? Oh, when I was younger, when I was in my teens, and just anger. And then I told him, I'm like, you have to be careful because he reminded me of the person who got bit by the snake parable. Have you ever heard? You must have heard of it.
I'm not sure. Remind me.
There's a person that got bit by a snake
Okay.
in the garden, a poisonous snake.
Okay.
And so this person was so angry that they got bit by the snake. So he started like looking for the snake. He had a machete and started cutting the grass, and he would see the snake and just start chasing and cutting the grass and just chopping on the ground and just trying to kill it in his anger, right? And not realizing that his heart was palpitating, right, and out of this anger, which forced the poison to get to his heart much quicker. And then this kid died.
Yeah.
And so instead of letting it go, I got bit by the snake. Okay, who cares? Instead of rushing to the hospital and getting the antidote, he focused on revenge.
Yeah.
And it was revenge that ended up killing him, right? In the pursuit of getting justice, this kid died. And so I told him the story, but he was just way too angry to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't, and so I wanted to make sure that I didn't get to that as well. And so the minute I asked that WWJD, all of these things started coming in. So yeah, I'm in a much better place. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I need to do. And so, you're in somewhat of a similar situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. But it's funny because also my thing is with a young person as well, right?
Yeah.
And so it's difficult because in a sense, one, especially when you don't understand what's going on and you don't understand the background behind a particular change and you don't know how to react to it. And I feel like it's human nature for all of us to just want to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to take care of it. Like, I just want to do it. And sometimes we can't do anything to fix it. Sometimes we just have to let it play out. And I think there's this quote that I was about to tell you before when we were talking about Ted Lasso. So I started watching Ted Lasso.
What? I would never watch
I was like, I honestly thought that he was a hater of Ted Lasso.
Are you kidding me?
I thought you were because, I mean, it does have an insane amount of swearing, let's be honest.
No,
I
know.
usually,
I know.
like, we try not to watch something that is as risque. But honestly, that show blows my mind. I freaking love that show. I love Ted. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one of the things that he said, he's like, he was actually complaining about people not complaining. He was sharing about people underestimating him.
Oh, the dart scene?
Yes.
Yes.
And the quote, he said,
yes.
everybody, I can't remember the like how the quote went, but he talked about curiosity versus judgment.
Judgment, yeah.
Right? And then it hit me at that point. If we come from a place of curiosity, of wanting to understand the person, of wanting to kind of see life through their head, then we're in a better place than coming from judgment. Judgment, you're closing the door and it's like, that
you made a
screw you
decision.
attitude,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Screw you. I don't have time for you. Screw you. I'm not going to do anything. I didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
But rather curiosity, because you just never know. People have difficulties, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. It's just we're in a period of curiosity of ensuring that, this young person still feels loved, accepted, welcomed. But it's hard. It's hard
really hard.
especially when we're talking about teenagers.
Well, so today I did a workshop for, not OHIP, SHIP, Ship.
Sorry, excuse me?
Ship. S-H-I-P, loser. No, what did you hear?
Anyway, go on.
I think it's they help with housing and families and stuff like that. I think it's called Ship. S-H-I-P. Jeez.
Anyway, go on.
And so we just talked a little bit about self-care and emotional resiliency. And we just talked about putting on the mask on first and things like that. But yeah, it was mentioned in this discussion that when you wake up in the morning, you gotta be maybe 10, on a level from 1 to 10 of positivity. Maybe 10 is not obtainable, but you cannot leave your house on a level 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Or try not to, at least,
Because
right?
you're going to get withdrawals throughout the day, right?
100%.
So I'm like, you got to spruce up your battery in the morning and then
Exactly.
ensure that those withdrawals, when they are coming out, at least they're not going to leave you in the negative.
Yeah, because if you, let's say, leave your house at a 7 or an 8, and something happens, something crappy happens, and it takes 2 away from you, you're on a 5. You're in the middle now. If you're at a 9 or an 8 and something happens, you're at a 7. But if you leave your house at a 2 or a 3 and something crappy happens, you're at a 1 now.
And that's like early in the morning. You're like, what more can it do? And then your perception affects the rest of the day, right?
100%.
I'm a huge believer in that. That's why I do my morning routine religiously.
Yeah.
I realize that when I don't do it, I feel anxious. I feel like I'm flying by the seat of the pants.
Yeah.
My pants. I don't know.
The
seat of my pants.
Flying by the seat of my pants. By the seat of the pants.
Oh, the pants.
Is it my pants or the pants?
I think it's my pants. Anyway, I think that's the way that the proper saying goes, by the seat of my pants.
We should stick to Latino sayings. Forget this English. Yeah.
But anyway, when you do it and you do feel so much better, I can see the difference. Like, I need to work out, I need to read something positive, and I need to read my scriptures. And when I have extra time, I do 5 minutes of meditation, and that sets me for my day.
So when you leave the house, what number are you leaving at? On a level 1 to 10?
I would say that my usual is, on a low day, it would be a 6.
Oh.
On a high day, it would be, I've had 10 days, I would say.
Yeah.
I've had days where, like, gratitude is running through my veins and like I feel in such a high.
Yeah.
But my usual, I would say about an 8. But I work really hard for it. Like, that does not come naturally. Natural comes my desire to open my phone, my desire to scroll, to watch reels, to compare, to be upset. That's the natural part of me. Yeah. But the unnatural part of me that pushes myself to just have better thoughts, I think that helps a lot.
I wake up at about a 3. I hate my mornings. I wake up, but I'm excited to get up and do what I do. But I hate waking. The process of waking up.
Yeah, the process is hard.
Oh my gosh. Today I hit the snooze button way too many times.
Yeah. I try not to hit the snooze, because if I do it more, like if I do once and I don't get up, I'm not getting up. Yeah. I'm like rolling out of bed at 6.
Well, funny enough, so I try to be up around 3. And I was up at 2:50. I was up and ready to go. But then because of what happened yesterday,
you're stressed.
I was stressed, so I went right back to bed. Because while sleeping, you're not thinking about it, right? Which is the worst bad mistake that I did. I went back to bed. And I should have got up and I should have gone to the gym, or should have done something to really like elevate my day. But for the most part, I'm actually leaving the house at around a 9 or a 10. Because of
once you've done your morning routine.
Once I've done my morning routine, I come down. Even Clash of Clans, I know that you joke around.
I'm a hater.
I know you're a hater.
No, do you, man?
And that's okay.
Everybody's different.
And it clears my mind. It helps me to go somewhere else. And so whatever, I think about everything else other than what's going on. And so I'm in the shower. I'm talking to myself in the shower. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm looking in the mirror. And I'm jumping in the car. I leave my property at around a 9 or a 10.
Oh, wow. You already leave your property without working out at that. Yeah. I need to work out to get to that.
No, I've changed my workout routines. Instead of a morning, I do the afternoons.
Yeah, no, for me, I need to work out to feel at an 8 or a 9. If I don't work out, then it feels like the workout is like over my head. No. And I will work out no matter what time it is.
No, you're right. I'm better than you. That's what we're talking about, right?
Sure. Yeah. We all know. Miguel's looking for a co-host, so please apply.
Please apply down below. Let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll go from there. I'll do interviews. Is this poo?
Probably. You were walking around with your
parrot.
With your parrot.
She poos on my sweater all the time. Anyways, I digressed.
Yes, you did.
I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
There we go. All right. So today we have an exciting topic. Go ahead.
So just as a reminder, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how I did a conference on resiliency and how to build resiliency when building a business. And so I had a workshop, but I did a little bit of research just to update it. And so I came up with 10 things that can help you build emotional and physical resiliency when it comes to building a business. And the first one that, after my extensive research,
Google, hey Siri.
yeah, hey Siri, let me know what your thoughts are on the following. No, but one that I found like a couple of different like a whole bunch of different websites, and every single one of them at some point mentioned this one, which is set clear and achievable goals. So
What does that mean? Tell us.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
Okay, why?
Okay, we all know Les Brown.
Yes.
I
love him. He's so good.
Les Brown has been my go-to. I was gonna say go-to daddy. I don't know why. My go-to guru. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, whatever floats your boat there.
Sorry, Les, if you're watching this podcast by any
He's
chance.
like 80 years old, right?
I know. I love him though. I love him. I'm telling
really
you,
good.
Les Brown I have all of his stuff that he's ever produced. When I work out, that's the guy that I tend to listen to, Les Brown.
He's so funny too.
He's my go-to guy.
If you're just getting into personal development, or if there's things that you want to improve over your life and you're not exactly sure where to go, Les Brown is the perfect starting point.
Yeah. He's the modern day, I would say, before like the OGs, you're talking about the Stranger Secret, Earl Nightingale, one of the grandfathers, Napoleon Hill, all of these guys. These are like the grandfathers of personal development.
Yeah.
Of the old days kind of thing. Now, like the more modern stuff, Eric Thomas, Les Brown is up there. Like these guys are.
He's so entertaining too.
Yeah,
He's a storyteller. So everything that he teaches you is through story. And like if you're listening through story, it tends to stick in your mind a whole lot more.
Yeah. And so one quote that he says very frequently is, most people fail in life not because they aim high and miss.
Because they don't aim high enough?
No, but because they aim low and hit. And so that's like, I'm having such a hard time with this first one.
You're like, are my goals too low? Am I failing?
Well, this is it, right? Like, I mean, set clear and achievable goals. And where's that line? Like, yes, you have to set achievable goals, 100%. But at the same time, if you're setting them low enough that you're always hitting them, like, according to him, is you're aiming too low.
I think it's when you set a goal without purpose. And I'm just kind of like going with a thought that I just had. And in the sense that I'm saying that is that if you just hit a random goal and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, but you don't know a why, you just are doing it because other people are doing it, you don't have like a deep connection to it, then you're not going to be perhaps committed to it. Maybe you'll reach it because other people are reaching it. So is that really your success if you reached it, but that's not really something you're passionate about? As opposed to goal setting with purpose, you have a vision of your life, or at least you know, like you have a life mantra or a life vision, right? Okay, I'm getting too philosophical.
No, I know what you mean, but like, what I want an extra $100 every month.
Okay, well then you got to break it down.
But that's not like, that's such a low goal. Like,
well, maybe it's low for you because you've been able to do it before, but that may not be low for somebody else who's starting from like, who's who's not meeting their immediate needs and now needs an extra $100, right? A goal is going to be different depending on the person that sets it. I think a goal needs to be broken down into steps.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this one. I know what you're saying, and I know, and I get it. I know, but
how do you goal set? What do you do?
But at what point do you set a goal to force it to stretch you? Goals are supposed to stretch you.
Yeah, but you're not going to start with the first one stretching you to a point. Then you're not going to do it. Sometimes some goals are about just setting the habit and showing you that you can do it. Right? Like if I go and I say next year I want to make $500,000, That's a goal I know as of right now I'm not going to hit because I haven't broken down the steps. Now, if I have my steps broken down and I say in the next 5 years, I want to get $500,000, and then I have a plan for what I'm going to do from here to the next 3 months, that's going to help me to get me to the second step and the third step and the fourth step. That's more doable, right? Does that make sense?
It kind of. It's similar to the explanation that it says here, right?
Oh, I didn't even read the explanation. Hey. Oh, hey, Tanya.
Hey.
Okay, Tanya and Sam, amazing. Sam knows you. Do you know Sam? I have to pronounce. I'm so sorry, Tanya. I know I'm gonna be butchering your last name. Anikia Rico. I'm so sorry. I love you.
I cannot believe you just did that. Oh my gosh,
Shush,
Tanya, unfriend her right now.
Okay, so it's Tanya and Sam. They're an amazing couple. We met them through Jesse's football. And you know how sometimes you meet people and then you vibe and you're like, you feel like you should be friends forever?
Yeah.
That's Tanya and Sam. They're incredible. Anyway, so here we are talking about goal setting.
Right.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Bev.
Bev. No, not Bev.
There we go. Smart, achievable goals don't necessarily mean easy goals. Yes, Bev. Tell him.
Okay, so hang on one second. Bev, listen, if you're going to come on board. Oh, what is it? Local recording stop. That's fine. If, Bev, sorry, I just got to notice that my local recording just stopped. Let me record the audio. So, if you're going to come on here, which you're more than welcome to, and you start dropping all this philosophical nonsense, you have to explain them.
No, but that is easy. Smart, achievable goals doesn't necessarily mean that they're easy, right? Just because something is achievable, it doesn't mean that it's easy. Just like doing something that's simple, it doesn't mean that it's easy. Like, for instance, losing weight, right?
Okay.
Losing weight is about eating more whole foods and working out, right? Like, or at least some level of fitness and movement, not necessarily working out.
Right.
Simple enough, right? But is it easy to do? Which is no, because it requires a whole lot more steps under it, right? Do you get what I mean?
No. So here we go.
Bev, you're gonna have to baby explain it to him.
Yeah, baby explain it to me. So here's what while Bev catches up and drops her knowledge here, we should have Bev on the podcast so she can in real time explain all this this philosophy stuff. And for those who don't know, Bev is a longtime listener, and every time she logs on, 100%, right? And every time she logs on, she always drops these
nuggets,
Aristotle pieces, and it leaves me what in the world is she talking about? So yeah, we need to have her so she can physically be here and explain her wording.
Okay.
Spanish.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead. You were gonna read it, I think.
So the thing here that one of the websites that it says begin with a clear and achievable objective, breaking down a larger goal into smaller ones, manageable tasks to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Yes,
and that's something that we don't do. So we're good about knowing, we're good to kind of seeing what we want and then perhaps having the end point. We're not so good to the middle part. So that's what we usually do, because the middle part requires habits. The middle part requires consistent action. And if we're not clear with the consistent action that we need to take, then we're not going to be able to achieve the goal. Therefore, that goal becomes overwhelming, and then you're going to be like, I don't want to do it.
Okay. So I think the part that I'm missing is the set the clear part.
Set clear. What do you mean?
Because it's a 2-part thing, right? It's set a clear and achievable goals.
Yes.
So the achievable goals,
I think, is the middle when it's talking about the achievable.
The achievable is those milestones.
Yes.
The clear,
you have to know exactly what you're doing.
What the next step is.
Exactly. So when I was training for Tough Mudder,
let's talk about how you are greater. Okay, let's talk. It is this podcast. For those who don't know, this podcast is all about Maria.
Okay, relax.
So let us know how you
Let me bestow my knowledge on you.
Yeah,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
What would you do without me?
Well, there's a couple of things, but anyways. So let us know. Yeah.
So Tough Mudder was a huge goal of mine. Would I have been able to do it 8 years ago? Heck to the no. That would have been I would have never been able to do it 8 years ago, right? But as my confidence and things that I've done have continued to grow, then Tough Mudder seemed still really hard, but achievable. But it wasn't like it was achievable because I just signed up and that's it. It's because I trained for it. I got a 30-day program. I had a breakdown of what workouts to do and when, what running to do and when. So I trained for 6 weeks for it.
Okay.
And then not only that, another way that I trained for it is that I actually went on the Tough Mudder website and I saw every single tip and like way to do it. I was well prepared before I hit that. I was well prepared, and I know because when we were going through some of the obstacles, they had given tips of what to do. And as we were going there, I told Nancy, my friend, I was like, "Okay, this is what we got to do." And then I would tell other people to do the same thing, so we were able to get through faster. But a lot of people don't always look into it, right? So I think for me, it became manageable and it wasn't as overwhelming, and I had such a great experience because of the work that I did before.
So the milestones are the achievable goals.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to make $500,000 extra a year.
Whoa. Okay. It would not be achievable for me to do that in 1 year right now, but maybe in 5 years that could be. So for instance, let's say for me, maybe I want to make an extra $5,000 next year.
Every month.
Not every month. Let's say for the year.
Oh, for the year?
Yeah.
See,
let's say.
that's where it goes
for you.
back down.
But that's for you. You're a business owner. You're used to making more income. So for you, you'd be like, that's chump change. I have it right here.
You want some? Next competition's $5,000.
I know. But
No, I'm joking.
Just kidding. He's broke. Don't listen to him.
I'm not broke.
It's all right. It's all right to be broke. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You know what? It's okay. I brought his family a meal today. I'm just kidding. I didn't. I did not. I'm just joking.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm going to tell Tegan. You just broadcast it on live, whatever this is.
Guys, I'm just kidding. Tegan has like the most delicious food all the time.
Okay.
Anyway.
Because apparently we get meals delivered to our house.
By
But
the buns.
Yeah.
By the buns.
Yeah,
Let's
by
go.
the buns. Keep going.
I forget what I was saying.
That the 5,000. So for me, the 5,000
for you, it's not. You'd be like, that's so ridiculous. Why would I make that goal? Is because you've been there many times if you exceeded that goal, right? But for me, as far as an entrepreneurial thing that I've done, that I haven't been able to hit that milestone, right?
Okay.
So for me, that would be something that is extending me because I've never hit that. And it would be achievable by me breaking down exactly step by step what are the things that are going to get me there. So I think that's the thing. I think it has to stretch you personally, and you have to make sure that you're not setting goals in comparison to someone else, because that's where we get into a little bit of icky ground. And when you're not going to be happy, and even if you achieve it, it's not going to mean anything to you.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna call you out on something.
Okay, call me out. Tell me all the goals that I haven't achieved.
No.
I know this is where it's leading.
No, it's not. No, no.
He's like, let me remind you of what you said 2023 you were going to do and you haven't done.
No. I'm just following up.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm just following up because you made a phenomenal goal for yourself. And I just want to put you on the batter's mount.
Okay, what goal? Like a goal that I actually achieved or that I did not achieve?
Two things. So you did.
I achieved one of my big goals.
Which was getting the, can I say it on?
Yeah, that's no problem. So my friends know, but one of the big goals for Mike and I for this year was to buy a rental property.
Right.
So that goal we were actually to achieve. We bought a rental property in September 25th of September.
That's right.
And so that was a big goal for us. Yeah. We were like tears, blood, and sweat. Is that how it goes? Blood, sweat, tears, whatever it is. But a lot of uncertainty, a lot of tears, a lot of things that were stretching me out of my comfort zone. Yeah. 100% I was stretched out. Yeah. But I'm so glad that we did it because it's been...
And the bun took us out for dinner and flashed all her money in front of us. And she's like, we'll pay for today's meal. And so we were like, thank you, mister. Thank you.
Right? Oh, with your hunchback.
We hadn't eaten all week. And so we were so
Show them
grateful.
Your hunchback. No, just kidding.
I was like, thank you. Thank you. So that was good. That was awesome, which congratulations. And I think, we may have talked about it on the podcast. Super happy, super proud of you.
Now I'll have you say that I also have set a ton of goals that I have not achieved.
No, I'm not calling you out on that.
Okay, so what do you...
I don't know all your thousands of goals that you've said that you haven't achieved, but I do know one that we did broadcast at one time.
Yes.
And I just want to give the people a follow-up
Okay.
and see where you are and where you're going to be.
Okay.
Are you
Go
ready?
ahead. I'm ready. Go ahead. Because I feel like it's aligned with what I've already been thinking. Do it. Do it. Call me out.
Call you.
I'm a little nervous. My heart is like... brrr.
Yeah, because it was 1 year today. We had
Today?
to talk. Well, 1 year this time
Okay.
that we had talked about it.
It's 1 year today. It's
Dude,
my anniversary.
Dude,
right?
we're on our 58th podcast.
I know. We've been doing it for a long time.
I know, and we still don't have any sponsors.
You know what? In all honesty, both Miguel and I need food, guys. That's not...
No, Maria, she owns houses now. All right. Your book.
I know. And, funny thing, because I was like, that has been on my mind like no one's business.
I know.
Okay.
So what's going on?
Well, it's still inside of me. I haven't birthed my book yet.
But you did.
I did.
It
I
was your
have
memoirs.
portion.
It was your journey with your dad.
I know, and I have it written. I have all that written. So here's the thing. I put it on the back burner because it was so I set that goal and I had my real estate goal, right? I had those two goals going.
And we did have that conversation because we as partners, we were like looking at a bunch of different goals.
Yeah.
And okay, so I'm calling you out on something, but I also have to give props to where prop is due. So Maria, she's very self-aware of what's going on around her, right? And so after the podcast, we sat down, and then she said, "Okay, we have."
Was it our first fight?
No, it wasn't our first. No.
Okay, it's pretty funny because Miguel and I have fought.
Oh yeah.
I have never fought with like
Passion, screaming.
No, I wasn't screaming. We did we have one or two fights?
We had two.
We had two fights?
We had two
But
arguments.
it's so funny that you and I have like fought, right?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
we know that we're like solid in our friendship, solid.
Yeah, it was, and I was very scared, so I didn't say
please.
anything. I was just like quiet. I'm like,
His
no,
hunchback came out. Just kidding.
no, it was you know what it was? I think we didn't fight because we were like we hated each other.
No.
We I think one of the reasons why we got into an argument is because our goals weren't aligning.
Yeah.
And so
It was a miscommunication, I guess, from both of us.
Yeah. And then we just kept missing each other, and we were both frustrated, and then but anyways.
Can you believe we fought? I still kind of like.
Yeah. I went and told Tegan. And I'm
Did
like,
you?
Yeah.
And what did she say?
She goes, "Don't ruin things for us." No, like, I'm not
She
ruining.
messages us. She's like, I've left Miguel. I'm coming with you guys. Free Tegan. Just kidding.
Hashtag free Tegan. If you don't know what that means, don't look it up. So, but going back to your real estate goal, it wasn't the time when we argued. It was past that. We sat down and you were like, okay, you have goals, I have goals. As a business, we have a goal. And you're like, and you were very clear. You're like, I have to step away. And this was May, June. I have to step away from all the other goals because there is this one goal that I really need to achieve before the end of the year, which is
You're right. I did say
home.
that,
Yeah.
right? Oh, dang.
And I was like, and you were very honest. You were very clear. And I was like, dude, you go do yourself, right? And so you go do you. And so. Sorry.
He did say F you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't.
He was like, screw you.
No, I didn't. I was like, you
Seriously,
go.
it was
I was like, you go do you, and then that's fine. And then we weren't angry. I wasn't angry. We were cool and everything. And you went off and you achieved it in September, right?
Yeah,
But you did have other goals.
I did have other goals.
And then the book
was
last year, November, December.
Yep.
You wanted it done before.
I think it was before my dad's anniversary.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. It was going to be your Christmas gift to him.
Yes. Honestly, that Christmas gift was still there. Okay, Bab, tell me what you're saying. It was cutting in and out. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Okay.
It was cutting in and out for a moment. A smart, achievable goal in my mind for business or life is like you set goals with intention or research with I like that. With intention or research with purpose. Then you break it down, figure out how to achieve it. It doesn't mean it's easily attainable. Yes, it does help. Well, it helps me. I don't know this is Miguel we're talking about. Does that help? Does it? No, just kidding.
Do you understand? Thanks, Maria. Thanks,
I'm just
Beth.
kidding. But no, you're right. I did.
Yeah, you said you wanted to have the goal
Yeah.
for as a Christmas gift to him last year.
Yeah, and I was gonna give it to my mom and everything. Honestly, I feel like it was a hefty goal because of the emotions attached to it as well.
Okay.
I do have it. I typed it all up and I have it. And I love that I have it because I can actually go through it and see God's hand in my life as I go through it. Like it's so palpable and so there.
It's a what?
Palpable.
Oh, palpable.
Like yeah, meaning
Okay. Yeah,
meaning like you can see it. But I think at a certain point, I get in my head. You know that. I'm pretty sure you know that I get in my head quite often, especially when it comes. And I'm getting better.
I don't know. I don't know that about you.
Okay, so I get in my head. I'm a lot better now than what I was last year.
Dude,
I've been working really
every goal
hard.
that you've put, like you've set for yourself, you've kicked behind.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, fitness goals, family goals, financial goals, house goals. Like I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I'm being serious. It is the one thing that I admire of you.
Really?
Yeah, goal that you set, and then again last year, April, May, June, you were like, I have all these goals. I have to set this one aside because I have this one goal that I want to focus on. I'm like, go for it.
I think at that point it was like, you know what I did? Because you're right. I had a ton of goals. I had to prioritize.
Yeah.
And I was like, if there was one thing that I want to make sure that I achieve this year is the house.
Yeah.
And that's what I put all my focus and efforts into it. And the reason why actually is because I love to do meditation in the morning.
Okay.
I'm not as consistent as I was back then, but I feel like my ideas flow a whole lot better when I'm in quiet, when I'm focusing. I feel like I'm inspired.
Yeah,
I really feel like it comes to me. And at those point in times, a lot of thoughts and ideas were coming with regards to real estate.
Okay.
Thoughts and ideas were not flowing with regards to any of my other goals. And I also think it was because I was in my head.
Yeah.
So I knew for the real estate goals, I knew they had to be time limited because our market is crazy.
Right.
And there's tons of fluctuations with it. It goes high and down. Right now it's like super high interest and just things change all the time, right?
Yeah.
So just the way that I ended up working out, the way that our real estate agent reached out, and then just how things were falling into place, I knew that I had to follow through with it. And it totally worked out because the property that we got, it's had a lot of hiccups, obviously. Here's a fun story. We actually had to evict it wasn't a tenant. It was a person who did not want to leave, was not on the lease. And they refused to leave, and they had a homeless encampment in the backyard with a whole bunch of homeless people and people doing meth. So it hasn't been an easy journey, but I 100% would do it again. I have learned so much, and I have been introduced to the right people and given the right tools to get and navigate through such a difficult situation, right? So I think because of how everything fell into place, I truly believe that the decision that I made at that point in time was right because
and
here we are. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
But here with regards to the book, the other day I was walking and I was actually listening to Les Brown. And you know how passionate he is when he's talking, right? I'm sure you've heard the story. He has this story about when a person dies, right? So you know which one I'm talking. And he's like, and then there's three, I don't know if he calls them spirits or people or things that are there.
All the ideas and dreams that surround your bed while you're dying, they came to you. Yeah.
That came only to you, that you were the person to birth them, that you were the one responsible. But now what happens? They die with you because you didn't do anything. Yeah. I kid you not. I was listening. I was walking. I'm like, I get my best inspiration when I'm walking too, right? Yeah. Tears. And I was like, and it hit me deeply because I love to share. You know how my passion is to share what I know with others, is to teach people the things that have helped me, because a part of my heart just hopes that it helps you the same way that it's helped me, right? Yeah. And so at that point in time, I'm like, how many things do I have in my heart that are just waiting for me to give them expression? I thought of the book. And I was like, and I know for 2024, that is going to be one of my goals.
So for next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as of right now I'm getting clear with my goals. I have a whole bunch of things that I wanna accomplish next year. Okay. I have a layout too of how I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna just get a Bristol board and write them all out and put them somewhere where I can always see it. But yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, that's me.
So give me a timeline.
I'll let you know at
No.
the end of. Well, I have to look at it. Like I feel like I
Because
told
you
you.
have it written down already.
I
and
do.
You even had a plan for production.
Okay, so here's what here's
Amazon.
how I get in my head. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not good enough. I sometimes feel like I'm not good enough. And I sometimes get in my head feeling like, who's going to want to listen to me? And this makes me want to tear because I struggle with those thoughts. I struggle with like, when it comes to certain things, right? Where I get in my head and I'm like, I talk so much. Like one of my insecurities, and I'm here to tell you my insecurities. But one of my insecurities is how much I talk.
Okay.
I love to talk to people. I love to share. I love to empower and encourage. The other side of that is that sometimes I worry that I overdo it. And so when I lean into that, it honestly makes me want to not talk to people, which is really crazy, right? But then the other side of me, I'm like, Maria, you know what? Just give yourself grace. If you feel like you need to send that message, if you feel like you need to say this to like this person, just do it. And like, I'll just.
So a person who hasn't read your, what are we calling them? Memoirs, no?
Memoirs, maybe.
Journal.
So it's like a journal. So just if this is your first time kind of seeing this, it's a journal that I kept of, I think it's about 2 months of the journey of my dad till the very end. And you can see how I started to how I finish and my emotions, my feelings, and just all that.
Yeah. I'm in the book too, right?
Probably.
Because you called.
Miguel gave me some great advice. Like you were such a pivotal part. I kid you not.
Are we listening?
God puts people into your life for a reason. And I'm so grateful that prior to that, our friendship did become closer because I was able to call you and you were, because you had gone through something similar, you were able to be there for me. And like, it's funny because today I have a friend who's going through something similar. Of what I went through with my dad, but for her in-laws. Yeah. And one of the things that I sent to her is exactly what you told me. And I remember calling you that one morning and being so overwhelmed. And you're like, remember, you're like, you have like it's like a bank, an emotional bank. And he's like, and I remember that you told me you have to keep putting deposits. You have to keep putting things and doing things for yourself because everything that's going on is withdrawing, right? Yeah. And I still remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when you gave me that advice.
I was having Chinese food at the mall.
It was like 9 a.m. You were not.
I was having Chinese food in the mall.
I'm
not even joking. I am not even joking here. And it wasn't 9 a.m. It was.
No, that particular call was early because we talked multiple times.
Okay.
But that particular call was like early in the morning because I was on my way to see my dad.
Okay. All I remember is I had to put the fork down. I was upset because I was enjoying my Chinese food. And then I was like, here I am talking to Maria.
Priorities, come on. No, but seriously. And I'm like, and it's amazing because your advice now went to a friend of mine who's going through the same thing right now, right?
Yeah,
so anyway.
So not having a person, so 2 things I'm going to tell you right now.
Tell me. Counsel me.
Yeah, I will.
You don't know nothing?
You don't know me.
You don't know me?
The Latina starting to come out again. So it's 2 people you have to have here, Bev and Michelle.
There you go.
So I will tell you this right now. So from a person who hasn't read the book and knowing what you went through and how you started when your father got diagnosed to your father passing away and giving a kick butt funeral speech and seeing your light shine and seeing your progression grow, you need to put those memoirs out there. I'm telling you right now, you need to put those memoirs out there because somebody out there is going through the exact same thing. And the words that are written, the words that you wrote will give them peace, the exact same peace that you found in your journey. So I
just want do I just like slap it together and put it out? I don't even know how.
Hang on. So that's part 2 advice is coming. So part one is you are doing humanity a disservice if you don't put those things out there. I'm telling you right now.
I feel like they need to be out there too.
You are destroying lives. Maria,
who am I to destroy this life?
You are destroying lives because people are searching for comfort and you are denying them the answer. Number 1.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Number 2, you need to let somebody read it.
You know what? I'm pretty sure I have it on. I have it. I'll send it to you.
You need to let somebody read it. Because
I'll-
before any great author, right? Anyone that has put content out there, they'll always have another fresh pair of eyes, and they will give you the feedback. Whether it's like, I don't understand what's going on here, clarify this, or you know what? I'm not. If you're gonna send it to me, I'm not ghostwriting anything. I'm my English, right? Whatever. I'm gonna explain to you how I felt and what I think of it and whatever and maybe you can
I'll send it to you.
or categorize it. But
Right now is like it's very
It's
very
raw.
raw.
It's raw.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
raw. It's like legit from like the pen and paper that I
Yeah.
wrote into a digital form.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You past, present, and future, right? You can break it down.
You know, my greatest, I am going to do it, but one of my greatest desires in life is to leave a legacy that my grandkids can read about me. That's why I have a lot of journals, right? I have I have a scripture journal. I have just a regular journal and stuff like that. So it would be pretty cool if my future generations would be able to read.
Yeah,
this.
and you like screw your generation. Like we're talking
Screw your
about, like we're talking
Screw you.
screw your
The
descendants.
title of this podcast today will be "Screw You." We've been saying it a lot today. That's how I feel.
It's been a raw podcast. This is more than just your descendants. This is about anybody who is going through a loss of a family member and they are searching for peace. They are searching. You had, and I don't want to put myself on a pedestal, but you had someone to call. There are other people that don't have people to call.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. Get on that horse. Are we matchy? Can you like?
Oh, we are matchy. Oh my gosh. This was not planned. I can promise you this right now. This is getting ridiculous.
That's why we're twins. We're secret twins.
I hate it so much.
You were born first, like way years.
I am going to. The freak. I'm going to have like wardrobe here. So as soon as she walks into the studio, I'm like, see what she's wearing. I'm just going to change.
I know. We're always matchy. Anyway.
But you had somebody to call, and mind you, you also called Mike and you counseled with him and he counseled. But there are some people that don't have anybody to call, right?
Yeah.
They don't have like either an ecclesiastical leader or they don't have a friend or they don't have whatever. You, luckily enough, we had the same ammo. What was happening to your father happened to my father, and so immediately you know who to call, right? And so whatever, there are people that don't have that, right? And so
that is my sweatshirt Maria's wearing. So this is really like you are matchy with Mike. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but he's not here though. Like that's the problem. So people don't know that. And so that's the challenge. Jeez.
Oh man.
But you need to put that out. I'm telling you right now, you need to
That's 20. You know what? Let's give us to April 6th, to my dad's birthday. That better be out.
I'm gonna put this down.
April 6th. That's my next goal. April 6th.
I'm gonna call you out. You know this, right?
Yeah, do it, because you know what? I feel like I was so worried about, I guess, the logistics of the book. I just need to put it out there, just for my like.
April 6th.
April 6th. And that's my dad's birthday.
Maria's book. Now, so set a clear goal. That's pretty clear.
Book will be where should we put it? Just Amazon, like a e-reading version?
Yeah.
I could just do an e-reader.
Isn't it what's that called?
Kindle?
Not Kindle. KDP? For Amazon, you can just upload the book, pick a cover, and then
does it? Okay, I don't know. I have to look into it. Because
So
I do hear it's pretty like
it is. So
straightforward.
I've been looking at it actually because I have something that I'm about to put to production. And actually this week.
This week?
Yeah.
What's the name? Is it the 7?
It's not the 7 imps. So I had to actually, much like you, I had to set a clear, achievable goal. And so I put that off to the side because I'm having a hard time closing the book. So I have about 5-6 chapters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I've done the bulk of the legwork and I got about 2-3 more, but I'm actually having a hard time with the conclusion, with like the final chapters.
Okay.
And so, I got so busy with a bunch of other stuff. And so I had a goal. And so anyway, so I put that off to the side, but I have something else that it's going to be a resource for teachers.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's and it's coming out. I already have everything. I have the cover. No, I don't have the cover. I have the layout. Like everything's done. It's a 30-day program.
Oh, yes.
And it's to bring normality back into the classroom.
That's amazing. I'm
So,
excited to
yeah,
read that.
I'm super excited about that. But yeah, so that's coming out. And then this week, I just have to put it through some form of editor just to make sure that all the punctuations are there and stuff like that. But so that's mine, and that my goal was before the end of the year, which is
So it's happening.
which is happening. And
Oh
so
my
I've been
gosh.
looking into it, and so there's something on Amazon where you register as an author, and then you submit your cover, you submit the manuscripts, and then you put a price. And so then what ends up happening is Amazon they'll put your book out there, people will buy. Depending on how many pages, the print, but it's print on demand.
That's
So-
amazing.
So they have the file there. They'll print the book, they'll bind it, they'll send it out, and you get the percentage of all the. They'll take their cut for production, and then they'll send you. The first paycheck is 60 days after the first sell.
Okay, that's exciting. Okay, April 6th. That's my goal.
April. So you're gonna send me the memoirs.
I'm gonna send it to you. I have I don't think I have it on here because it's on a Word doc. But I will send it to you.
Yeah. How big is it?
It's not very big. It's I don't know. I have to double check it. It's not very big.
Okay.
I think at most 30 pages at most.
Oh dang,
What do you mean?
that's a lot.
Maybe it's less. I don't know, because I'm like, it was a process of, it's 60 entries overall, but not all of them are a full page. Like there's some that's like, I don't know. I have to double check it. I haven't seen it since the summer.
Okay.
I taught a lesson about loss. I actually read like a portion of my journal.
You're such a. I'm getting. The more and more you're talking, the more angry I'm getting. Do you understand?
Like if you don't know, like we've grieved hardcore. Grieving is something that I know well. So I think you're right. I think it's something that I've gone through. I think it's something that I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
And that's when people are going through it, I understand.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like. I know like my friend right now who's kind of going through it right now. There's things that I'll read that will help, that will remember, like that will like make me remember something with my dad, and then I'll send her like a quick little blurb about like, hey, I know this is probably how you're feeling. Sending you a big hug. It just FYI, when I was going through this is what really helped me, kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Just small little short bits. But yeah, okay.
I'm being serious.
What?
Like, and I'm gonna be calling you out.
Do it every week, guys. I get in my head, man. Can I just not get in my head?
No.
Can I just not like?
No.
Sometimes I just don't want to talk to people. Sometimes
No.
I just don't want to reach goals.
No, not when you have a gift to share.
I know.
And then you're just servicing everyone. Yeah. Yeah. So Maria needs to, and guys, if you're listening, all our thousands of viewers out there,
100%. Thank you. Millions.
find her. She's tagged in this video. Find her, send her love, send her messages. Like threaten her, with a horse's head when she wakes up. I don't care what you do, but you gotta get this girl to print that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
April 6th would be April 6th would be like the phenomenal launch date, right? Like live, like boom, it's uploaded.
And then
Amazon. I'll
Okay.
be your first buyer, 100%.
That's so kind. Thank you.
The minute you put
At
it
least
up
I'll
there,
sell one copy.
I'll probably,
Mike, you gotta buy one too.
no, I'll probably buy a couple and just give them as gifts.
Do it or else. Yes, Bev. Yes, girl. Thank you.
So I will probably buy a couple. I'm being 100% serious. I'll probably buy a couple and I'll have them here and I'll give them to people that I know that are going through loss.
That's so kind. Thank you.
And if you don't I swear, Maria, I've never been so angry and so proud and so like anxious, all in one emotion body. Like,
okay, so I asked Mike what it was like to be married to me, and he's like, he used 2 words. He's like infuriating and invigorating. So, yes, that is what it's like to be a friend, my spouse.
That's exactly it. Now, next week's topic. So we might let us know how we did. Like if you make that 2. So you got 2 buyers.
Thank you. See?
2 freaking buyers already.
You guys are so... Yes,
and it hasn't even gone to print yet, and you already have 2
Pre-order.
committed.
Pre-order.
You know what? Done. This is what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. Pre-orders. We're taking pre-orders now.
I'm sorry, write the book.
We're not making any... You know what we're going to do? Break. Here's what we're going to do.
we're getting the clapping out. Okay,
No,
tell me.
I'm telling you right now. So this lights a fire under your butt. And if you don't do this, by next
Then you're
week...
going to sue me. You should sue me.
By next week, I'm going to put a link. People can start pre-ordering for April 6th.
Okay. You're going to put a link for pre-ordering my book.
Pre-ordering, yeah. Yeah. And I won't have access to it. I'm going to give you access to it, but you're going to start taking payments as of next week.
Oh my gosh.
And then so you're going to have all these people. You're going to have all of these. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have all of these people that are buying your book. And if you don't provide by April 6th.
I don't provide service, then I'm like,
You're
who
done.
am I? I'm done. I better not show my face in this podcast.
Link by next week.
That is so nerve-wracking.
There. Now get back in your head. See what happens now.
Get back. Let me step back in.
Link by next week. We're taking pre-order, or she's taking for pre-orders. Wait till after Christmas.
There we go. Yes, let's
Yeah.
do it after Christmas.
Yeah. No, I'm next week. The link is going up. People can buy it as a gift.
Oh, Jim,
Sign us up. That's 3. That's 3 buyers already.
You guys are so kind. Thank you.
3 buyers, Maria.
Oh, get your tissues ready, because I was crying when I was like...
And I'm getting like 5 copies. I'm telling you right now. So that's 3 buyers, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 copies already sold.
Okay, we're going to do it. You guys are so kind. Thank you.
We're
going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, if I'm struggling, I will not get... It's okay. You know what? When I get into my head, I'll just climb back out, because it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to get into my head and come back out.
When you get back in your head, just take a look at all the orders that you have.
I'll be like stress writing. I don't know what I'm saying, but okay.
So that's a clear and achievable goal. There we go.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize this podcast was about me setting a clear and achievable goal. When we first started, I was like, why don't you take the reins?
You're welcome. So next week's podcast, let us know what worked. Let us know if this time. So we've been experimenting. So we've always done our podcast around 10 a.m. We're thinking about moving it to 6 on Mondays.
Let us know if that works better.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it a couple more times and then see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll try again. But no matter what, next week podcast is going back to this whole thing about building resiliency through building a business and other stuff.
So what was our first? What did we talk about last week?
Last week we just talked about
what we were
just
gonna
talked
talk
about all
about.
of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about all 10 and what were our favorite ones. What does that say?
Pam, she wants her own copy.
That's
you guys
8.
are so sweet.
8 copies, 4 buyers. What the heck?
You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I am gonna write this. I'm gonna share it. These are like the deep, like, wow. I knew when I was writing it, I knew that I needed to write it down, and I knew because I wanted it to just have something to know because we tend to forget, right?
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
experiences we tend to forget.
Yeah.
I did not think at the time that I would be sharing it with others, so I'm really appreciative. Thank
8
you
copies,
guys.
4 buyers. This is huge. Huge.
Look at me moving up in the world.
big.
Thank you so much.
I just did a Donald Trump impression. You didn't even notice. Whatever. Screw you.
To screw you podcast.
That's the name of the book. Screw you. All right. So next week's topic is maintain a positive mindset.
Yeah.
And the description is cultivate a positive mindset, believe in your abilities to succeed, and remind yourself of past achievements to boost confidence.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah,
I 100% believe that.
That's gonna be a good topic for next week.
Yeah.
So make sure you join us. So next week we're gonna do our shtick at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah, let's do
said
it.
6?
Let's do it at 6. Let's see how we do overall. Yeah, we're excited to share it.
All right. So here we go.
I'm like, is there music? I don't hear
Yeah,
anything.
there's music right there.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, especially at a different time.
Absolutely. So what did you learn today, Maria?
Apparently, I learned that I'm writing a book. No, honestly, thank you. I was reminded of actually setting like clear and achievable goals by being reminded of something that I was passionate about, and then breaking down those steps to slowly get there. So thank you. That's what. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
In the beginning of the book or at the back, I want
a shout out.
I want like a.
I'll be like to my 50-year-old twin from another brother.
That's where we're ending it off. That's where we're ending it off. All right.
Did you know that he switched us seats so people would see his dimple?
Okay.
Look at it. He switched the seats so people could see the dimple.
Okay. So
100%.
First of all, before you start any
this is not my good side, Miguel. So that is what I learned. I learned that he switched us for that reason.
You know what? Next week gonna be singing, and you have to manage the buttons. You don't see this
so
here.
Overwhelming. I'm not managing anything.
There's the soundboard here. There's the switchboard here. There's the computer, the keyboard, and whatever. I'm the one that's managing everything, and so she just gets to sit there and do nothing. So it has nothing to do with my dimple. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I learned this week that Maria's a hater.
Always.
But
I'm just kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you follow us. All of our social sites are right here. Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it is, YouTube. Make sure that you have subscribed, and so then when you get these live notifications, and then when you see our posts, right, that you like it, and then follow, so then as soon as we go live, you get to follow us live.
Yes.
And then interact with us live.
Yes, thank you so much for all those that were here live with us. We love you guys. Thank you for being our big supporters.
Absolutely. Peace. Have a great day.
Get a minute, don't know. Get a minute of your time. Get a minute of your. Hush, you gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. God of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. Sad when no one's to be found. What keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind?
Guess you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist in the mess, and happily perform the new in your hands.
I show that I live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. God of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. In yourself when no one's to be found. What keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind?
Guess you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist, I'm the mess, and happily perform the new in your hands.